Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Empowering You, our advanced training webinar with Empowered Living Network. We're very excited that you are here. And tonight we have got some incredible information. As always, Empowering You is a time where we are looking to give you the tools, the resources, the training that will not only empower you in your efforts of building a Solavei business, but hopefully throughout these webinars, you'll also gain some motivation to help empower your life. We look forward to the journey together as we march to 1,000,000. And tonight, we have got a very special guest that is going to help us learn some very important information. She is a marketing diva, internet marketing diva. I'm coining that for her, helping her brand herself as the marketing diva tonight. And we are going to see some great things taking place. But tonight we're going to talk about creating stellar do-it-yourself landing pages. Now, many of you are just getting started in the world of internet marketing. Some of you are dabbling and playing around on posting on Facebook for the first time and trying to get your traction and get more people coming to you. You're trying to get sticky, as we say. And then others of you are, you're starting to move into an intermediate level where you're wanting to go out and start creating some good landing pages. You're playing and share Solavei. And then others of you, I know by looking at this list, you are professional internet marketers. And tonight, I'm sure that you are going to enjoy this as a video that you're going to be able to share with your team on how to create stellar do-it-yourself landing pages. Now, many of you already know that we made a big announcement this week of the new empoweredliving.biz webinar website. And that website is created for all teams, for all people that are playing in together. And we have one vision, and that is to build Solavei and to help people just gain the most out of Solavei, help thousandaires be created, and see lives truly transformed by this incredible unity that's taken place. I want to encourage you all to go to empoweredliving.biz and just go there and register for our e-zine. You're going to be able to get our webinar replays, updates. You'll see it right there on the landing page, on the home page. Right down there, you can put in your name, your email. It's also available on all the internal pages where you can opt in. It's a clean list, and what that means is basically it's a list being used for Solavei. It's not going to market anything else, but really just directing you towards the Solavei webinars, updates, and really encourage you to sign up there. Of course, the new website also features the new 1K challenge training. You're going to see a 1, 2, 3, get in, get social, get free training system that now whenever somebody gets started, we're just going to say, hey, have you done the 1, 2, 3? Get in, get social, get free. And what that means is basically they're going to learn in step 1 how to become a thousandaire in 90 days or less. They're going to get the new 1K challenge roadmap tutorial. In step 2, they're going to learn how to use Outreach Manager and Share Solavei and how to use them together, as well as how to tap into our Solavei socials. And in step 3, they're going to learn how to take the marketing plan and really learn what it is to advance through equity in the path pay and all of that as well. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing that resource. It's a one-stop shop that fully supports a redirect back to any kind of support that they need to get out of support.solavei.com, additional resources there as well. Now, you'll also note up here we've got an Espanol tab, and that is a Spanish translation of everything pretty much that's in this website. We've also done it in Spanish for all of our Spanish-speaking members, which we're very, very happy about that and grateful for those who've contributed to that Spanish translation. Of course, we've also got new videos, webinar archives, and a lot more. So I encourage you to tap into that and make sure you go sign up on that mailing list. Now, last week you guys heard about me talking about Outreach Manager, how it works, sharesolavei.com, how it works, and how the two work together. If you haven't already seen that video, I encourage you, go to empoweredliving.biz. It's in step 2, get social, and you can watch that video and see how the two work together. We've heard the question, okay, which one should I use? Is it one or the other? And no, it's and. You want to use both systems. One is a very targeted, more of an outbound marketing where you're sending out emails to people, and the other one is more inbound where you're attracting people to your page. So you've got outbound marketing and inbound marketing, and both of them are very important, and you'll hear more about that on that video. Now you can see sharesolavei.com obviously has a lot of benefits, but the one we're going to talk about tonight is the do-it-yourself landing pages. Do you guys see that down there? Do-it-yourself landing pages. So Many people love the multiple, and you can see right here on the right, that is the free landing page that you get with the free system. You can send people there. It's going to capture their name, information, and phone number. And like we talked about today on our Hangout, how important it is if somebody is willing to put in their phone number, that's a hot lead. You want to make sure you not only hit them up with, obviously, they're going to get the information from you, but also pick up that phone and call them. Make sure if you're not good on phone calls, then get someone in your upline to call with you. But a hot lead is when they give you their phone number, because that means they know they're likely going to get a phone call. So that is what you get free. Now, obviously, there's more. You actually also get, when you get the 1995 upgraded pro version of sharesolavei.com, you get a wide selection. This is just a few of what you actually get. These are landing pages, the pro pages that you actually get with that system. So there is a lot that has already been done for you that you don't have to do anything but just pretty much plug and play. But what we're going to talk about tonight is creating stellar do-it-yourself landing pages. And I've got with me none other than the diva herself. She is an absolute phenomenal internet marketer. She's done great things. We're going to hear more from her in the days to come. But Lori Petrosino is with us. She's a social thousandaire, and she's doing some pretty crazy cool things online. Lori, are you with us?
Yes, Stacy, I'm here. How are you?
Oh, we're doing great. Well, first off, thank you so much for being a part of our webinar tonight and for sharing your wisdom with all the people.
Well, I'm honored to be on with you tonight. I'm really excited to share some practical ways that we can all benefit by using the Share Solavei system. I've just
Excellent.
seen so many lead generating systems over the years, and I'm just loving the features in Share Solavei. Actually, I keep discovering new things throughout the system as I dig deeper into it. So it's pretty exciting, and I think everyone else is going to find the same thing.
Well, I had the privilege of being with you here not too long ago. We were up in New Jersey doing some meetings together, and I asked you, it was the day, I think the week before maybe, that Share Solavei went live, and I let you see on the inner court of it. And I asked you, what do you think? And you gave a pretty stellar wow. How do you feel now that you've seen the system?
Well, it definitely has exceeded my expectations. I mean, it was exciting when you showed it to me, but now that I've gotten into it, again, I'm finding so many new things, and I really think it's the most exciting lead capture system I've seen in pretty much ever. So I would imagine that anybody who's really has never had any experience with a lead capture system is going to be very excited for what they find, because it's simple for someone who's never actually used one before, yet it's also advanced for the experienced marketer. So yeah, I'm really loving what I'm seeing so far.
Excellent. Well, so tell us a little bit about, obviously you're a social thousandaire, you're doing phenomenal. Tell us a little bit about why Solavei for you, and how are you marketing Solavei, and why now? Why at this point in your life?
Well, I've always been interested in something I could do that would create financial freedom. I've been a business owner, a salon owner for over 20 years, and I noticed that I couldn't continue doing that kind of work and have financial freedom. So for me, it's about freedom. That's what it's always been about for me. So what I wound up doing was finding Solavei through an associate of my husband's, and when I saw it initially, I was just so excited. I literally had never seen anything that I felt was going to be a way for financial freedom for myself and my husband. So what happened recently was Hurricane Sandy had hit our area and really had destroyed our home and my business as well. And that kind of put me into early retirement. So I'm happy about that, though. It's been a blessing because I was having some neck issues and some serious nerve issues and damage that I knew I wasn't going to be able to continue in that industry. So it's just been such a blessing. I'm having fun with it. It's not just for me. It's not work. I actually enjoy sharing.
That's awesome. Well, sometimes storms come to move us to a better place and a new place. And I know that there's a lot of folks
Hmm.
right now that are entering into spring, looking at it as a new season, a new open door, a way to put new things into their life. And tonight, I would love for people to open up your mind to think maybe outside the box. Maybe you've never thought of what some of the things that we're going to share with you tonight, um, that Lori is and I are going to share with you with regards to internet marketing. Maybe you've been closed off and thought, I'll never do that. Well, it's amazing how we go through life, and I've learned the song Never Say Never is probably one we should all keep in our playlist because times have changed. Someone recently posted a picture of the very first cell phone the day it was launched. And I remember people going around going, I would never carry one of those. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, that is crazy. I would never carry one of those. Of course, people said they would never drive one of those cars with four wheels, that they'll never make it. We heard the same thing about planes. We heard the same thing about Elvis. But surely there's a time in our life where we begin to see we either adapt or we get caught in the squat. Today, Lori, I would love for you to share with our listeners on a very, very basic level how they can utilize this Share Solavei system, specifically the do-it-yourself landing pages, to maybe make things a little more personal. Now, as I shared a minute ago, there's a lot of landing pages that you can just put up a Solavei video. If you guys were to see mine, you know, I created my own video and I've made it a little bit more personal so that people feel like they're actually connecting with me. We're going to take that to a whole nother level tonight and show you what a do-it-yourself landing page really looks like and how excellent it can be in creating it. Now, this is Lori's do-it-yourself, one of her do-it-yourself landing pages. As you can see, she's put some very interesting information. We call it attraction marketing. And Lori, I'm going to let you take us through that and let us know what are you doing here. And then we're going to go through some very simple steps that they can do. And of course, this is being recorded tonight, so you can get the replay back on empoweredliving.biz.
Well, absolutely, Stacy. Our replicated Solavei capture pages are just beautiful. But the ability to have branding and personalize them means that we're able to tell our story. We're able to give people an opportunity to see who they're joining. Because, you know, people don't just join businesses, they join people. And I had an experience the other day I wanted to just quick relate to you, where someone had friended me on Facebook, and about 12 hours later, I got a message saying, hey, Lori, I just joined you in Solavei. Now, I didn't recall sending him a link, but he said he saw my video. So I just thought that that was just so awesome to hear, because it really does prove how important branding really is. So now in this screen that you're showing right now, this is one of the options I chose to use as far as the do-it-yourself capture pages. What that really is a video that I have on YouTube, and I took a screenshot. I paused the video, I took a screenshot, and then I was able to take that image and put it in my capture page. So it's really nice because you don't necessarily have to do a video if you're uncomfortable with that. And I'm not super comfortable with doing videos, but I chose to do this as one of my capture pages because it's really a great way to entice people to click on that, to actually enter their information so that they can see and access the video on the next page. So that was really where I was going with that one.
Excellent. Let's jump through maybe a couple of the steps on how you set this up, and then in just a minute we're going to show them some of the other landing pages that you've created. I mean, everything's been thought through, from the title to the offer, like she said, to the picture, even to the call to action, and we're going to look at those now. And of course, if you want to create a video, you can do the same thing, make the same screenshot like she did, and make this video link to a YouTube video. And of course, that's another topic we'll cover in the future. But let's go ahead and jump through here and look at what the steps are that people want to do when they're looking at branding you in video.
Okay, so again, branding you, is really, really important to do because, again, it's going to introduce someone to you personally and not just your business. A lot of times people know that there's a specific business they're interested in joining, but that branded video is just a way to push that person over the edge to see, hey, this is somebody I really want to join. This is a real person. Again, I'm not necessarily a great fan of doing video myself, but I chose to do it because I realized how important it was. And I realized that when people see that, they do say, you know what, this is not a perfect video, but she's a real person. And that's why it's very important to kind of jump in and say, you know what, I'm going to try this, because you want to show that you're a real person. Also, in the video, what you really want to do is kind of thank that person for coming to your page. You want to maybe talk about what your experience has been so far. You know, are you having fun with it? Are you looking to, get your cell phone for free? You want to cut back on your hours, like meeting new people. You just really want to talk about what your experiences has been. And of course, we're going to keep that positive and upbeat. So those are a couple examples of what you're going to talk about in your video.
Yeah, let me
And then
stop
I
right
think we
there
have
real
a
quick, Lori, because I think it's real important for people to know when we say branding you. Of course, next week we've announced that our Google Hangout, our Empowered Living Network Google Hangout on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. The topic is going to be Branding You Incorporated. I've had a number of people send in to me, Stacy. A lot of folks know that that's part of my skill of expertise in coaching is I help people brand themselves and really identify what is their niche so that when they go out there, whether it's on the internet or whether it's on a CD or whether it's in a teaching format or whether it's in a corporation or even in a media press release, what do you want people to see about you and how do you want them to view you as an expert? It's interesting. You don't have
mm-hmm.
to have a degree anymore in order to be an expert because of the internet. It's taken down those walls to where you have people who are just branding themselves an expert buttoneer. And there's no such thing as a buttoneer. I mean, there's a musketeer, but there's not a buttoneer. But you see these ladies that collect buttons and they have branded themselves as experts in that arena. And it's pretty amazing how the internet has allowed ordinary people to create extraordinary brands. Probably one of the best stories of that is Gary Vaynerchuk. If you haven't read his book, Crush It, I really challenge you, read that book. It's a small little green book, but boy, it's packed with incredible getting started internet concepts. So next week, we're going to be talking about how you can create a very unique brand that makes people see, wow, that's the guy. Like we were saying with James, it was funny. I know James Linhart is listening in tonight. Hey, James, love you, buddy. And we were just talking, and I said, James, that white coat that you use, I wouldn't lose it. I mean, it's in your pictures on Facebook, but I would really like to see that. I think that'd be great to see. You're a good looking man. And that white jacket's almost, it's a very friendly approach. It's kind of got a Don Johnson vibe to it. And then we started to learn more about the fact that he used to be a dog trainer. And so, wow, who gets to say that, right? So as you start to unveil an individual's history, you can identify key branding keys for their destiny. And so you want to think about you, how do you want that to be viewed in the world? And I know that this right here, when we're talking about your landing pages, she's going to talk about it more in a minute, making sure that you have a seamless message all the way through. So let's just go on to number 3. And I think that's great, Lori, because you do have such an amazing story. I mean, most recently with the hurricane, but you've got an incredible life story, which is what's positioned you now moving into internet marketing. So give us number 3.
You're right, Stacy. I think one of the most important things in your do-it-yourself capture page and branding yourself is telling your story. You really want to have a story that you can relate to people that, again, is real, and everyone has a story. It doesn't matter what it is. If you got involved in Solavei for a reason, tell that reason. Even if you don't have one person yet, you still have a story. Why did you join? Maybe it was for a cheaper cell phone bill. Maybe it was to get your cell phone bill for free. Maybe it was to earn an extra $1,000 a month. Or maybe you could talk about how you have zero cell phone bill right now and how much you saved. Another thing is also maybe you joined to replace your full-time income. You have a story no matter what. Even if you don't think you do, you do. And just by any one of these things, most of us have joined for those reasons. And you might have another similar story that is very touching. You want to portray that story to people because, again, it's a way that touches people. It shows that you're real, and it is super important in branding yourself or do-it-yourself capture pages.
Well, Lori, let me ask you a question because, the stigma of affiliate marketing, internet marketing, there are some folks who have maybe helped contribute to a not so beautiful version of internet marketing. And they get on, they tell someone else's story, they create a sob story, and then they use it to really prey on the emotions. It's actually called emotional marketing, and it's a Jedi skill in internet marketing, but it's not necessarily a skill of integrity. When people are really using to prey after, it's almost creating a false story in order to make yourself look better than maybe you are. I've seen people say, I'm number one at this, or I've got the biggest this and biggest organization. Um, and I think transparency here, because here's the thing, every time those stories are used, you get found out, and you don't want to run from your story for the rest of your life. You want to find the beauty in it. And like she said, everyone has a story, and every story has a potential to change the world. It's finding the beauty and authenticity of your story, and really making it transparent so people can see. You don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to have gone through 3 dogs, 5 divorces, and a hurricane to be able to have a good story. You could just be a normal, average Joe who's had a pretty good life. And really, it was just all about wanting to save some money. And that is a great story. And I think it's important right here when we say tell your story, be authentic. Okay, number 4, Lori, talk to us about the call to action. How important is that?
The call to action is very important because a lot of people don't realize that they need to be told what to do. They'll just wander around on your page and they may not ever click through. They don't really know what to do next. And it's very important to either have some sort of offer to tell them where to go. You want to enter your information to take our video tour. I have a free report for you, how to become a thousandaire in the next 90 days or less. You want to tell them that go to that box on the right-hand side, enter your information to get to the next page, to learn how you can get here, to learn how you can do what I'm doing. So again, learn more by entering your information. Super important to have call to action. Again, you'll end your video and the person just won't know what to do. I mean, some people will go and they know, what a landing page is, but it really is important to make sure you kind of state it in your video.
Yeah, and you can see there on Lori's. Lori, why don't you talk to us about the call to action that you've put here?
I wanted to create some examples, and I created this one really quick today just to show you how I use the screen capture video there to entice people to opt in. And I added a free report. Like, I actually hadn't created that free report yet, but I wanted to show you that you have the option to do anything that you want in these capture pages. It's kind of your baby. It's your own real estate. You're able to, have a video course. You're able to have email courses, which you can do through your autoresponder. You could offer a 7-day e-course that will, tell people how they can create an extra $1,000 a month. So you have the option to really offer anything you want. It's just a matter of being creative. And in this case, I'm offering a free report that if they opt in, they're going to see this video that's on the other side, and they're going to go in and they're going to be able to get that video sent to their email box. So that was really where I was going with this. It's just another way to entice people, and then we can actually test these pages and see how well they do.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we have something called social rewards in Share Solavei that you may be thinking, well, I don't have a video I could offer. I don't have a 7-step this. Well, you actually do. Share Solavei, actually, if you go play around in there and some of the advanced tools, you'll see that they've got a campaign system where once they opt in, they give you options of social sharing rewards, and that's what it would be like. Opt in here and get 10 steps to creating a killer Facebook page, or 5 ways to monetize your Facebook account. And those have already been created, and they're in that Share Solavei system for you to be able to utilize if you don't have your own. Okay, so let's...
Or even just the tips that we have in the 1K challenge. I mean, you
Right.
can literally take those, some copy, and you can copy and paste it, and you can compose some sort of report or some sort of email where you have that information just from the information we have available to us already.
Yeah, and that's a great idea. You could actually use that video and say, enter your information to learn how to make $1,000 a month in 90 days or less.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the 1K challenge video, right? And that's available there on empoweredliving.biz. And that would be a great video to put as the gift.
Absolutely.
So how about options to creating a great personalized landing page? Take us through some of these options that people can take part of.
Well, really the sky is the limit when it comes to the offer. The option 1 here that we have is basically make your own video. Get behind a camera, use a little flip camera, use your webcam on your computer, and make a video featuring you and your story. And that's really one of the ways. I actually highly recommend that. It might be a challenge to some people. I mean, I had to shoot my first video about 10 times because I'm not comfortable with it, until I finally just said, okay, fine, I'm going to use this one, and it actually has been converting. So I really recommend just doing it and not really worrying about how perfect it is. But that's a really, really great way to start out. Option two, and I like this one, I had great results with this, is create a video set to music with images and video. And you can do this there's a lot of free options on the internet. There's one called animoto.com
Hmm.
that you can use to create 30-second videos for free. And they do have an upgraded version, I believe, but you really only need that 30-second video initially to create a great video. You can actually add text, you can add images, you can add video, and it really does a beautiful job of setting it to music. So that's another great idea. Then also, what you can do is you can use an image of, I think this is the one we had initially talked about, and the last do-it-yourself page that you showed was an image of the video from you showing that play button, which is going to entice people to opt in. So this is just an image. That's all that is. That's not a video. That's just an image of my video that I was able to put in there to get people to go in and watch the video. And this is a really cool option to do. Okay, and the last one is you could create a screen capture video with you speaking behind it. So you might want to put that screen capture on a particular page. It might be a picture of you. It might be a picture of a website. You might want to do a little quick training or a free tip or whatever it may be, speaking in the background. You can take that video and you can also add that to your page.
Excellent. So some reminders about, now these are some things that are really important that people can miss, the little things, the little foxes can spoil the vine. Let's talk about these campaign reminders.
Okay, well, you want to make sure, now we have the option in our Share Solavei back office to choose to make as many message campaigns that we'd like. What you want to make sure you do is make sure that it's congruent to the page that you have people landing on. So you don't want to send people to a page that doesn't really make any sense, or send people to autoresponder messages that don't make any sense. So you just want to make sure that if you're offering the opportunity, then you want to make sure that your messages are set to the opportunity campaign, and that's what they'll be receiving. As far as redirecting your visitor to a page that's congruent to your capture page, that's really important. So if someone lands on your capture page and you're offering a free report, then you want to make sure you give them that free report. You don't want it to go elsewhere. So we really have the option to send people wherever we want, but you just want to make sure that it matches what you're offering in your first page. And that's it's super important to do that. And we have that option to do that in our back office, which I believe you have some slides coming up about that.
Yeah, let's show them a little bit about that. First, I just want to show you guys a couple of other samples that we put together here. Lori, again, same thing. Are you ready for the easiest, most powerful business in 2003? Notice how she's used color pullouts. Discover how I was able to retire in 4 months. Request more info. You can see how you're going to, very important to have that. And you've got options on what you're going to put actually for your opt-in. And then the submit info button, very cool. This is a great one. Again, just a picture of her. She may have decided to go ahead and put a video on this one, but you don't have to. Our team, everyone makes money. Obviously, she's doing some A/B testing. Hey, look, I'm in that picture. I see that with my glasses on there.
That's right.
James Linhart and Javier, you got a whole good group of people there. So again, notice the differentiation between each one of these. She's doing some different calls to action. She's talking, this one more is about you. I care about you. Our team is about you. And really just being able to create a couple of these and do some testing on them to say, hey, which one actually converts best? And so let's go in actually and let's show them how these are being created. And so what I did is I went ahead and pulled some extra screenshots here, Lori, and starting off, you're going to go into your sharesolavei.com back office. Now, what we're showing you here only comes with the pro site. If you have the free site, then basically it's a plug and play where you go in and you put in your name information, and it automatically posts to the URL that you have chosen. So you may have chosen jack.sharesolavei.com, and that may be your free site. Now, when you upgrade, you get all these extra bells and whistles. And what we're showing you here is from the upgraded pro site that you get for $19.95 a month, which, wow, I had somebody this week call and said, Stacy, I just got to tell you, I have done a lot of these systems before, And the majority of them are direct sales companies or affiliate marketing companies that are charging you like $100 just to sign up, and then $400 or $500 a month. He said, whoever put this together for $19.95, they are extremely generous. They're basically giving it away. And I'm so thankful that Solavei has made this available to us and really provided a system that we're not having to go out there and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on our advanced marketing. So the first thing you want to do if you're going to set up a do-it-yourself lead capture page is go right in here to the My Site. Once you click on that, there'll be a drop down that says DIY lead capture. You're going to click on that and it's going to come to this page. You're then going to basically pick the page that you want, and you're then going to go to this page here. And Lori, I'm going to let you take us through. We've got all 4 steps out, and just take us through each one of these 4 steps, why people want to choose what they choose, and how they do it.
Okay, so right from the start here, what you're going to do is find out what information you really want to collect from your prospects. Do you want their phone number? You definitely want their name and email. That's the most important thing. You can find out what their address is, what their city, their state. In the beginning, I recommend doing name and email. Some people will not put their phone number in if you add that there, but it's a great feature to have, because you will have some people that will actually expect a phone call from you, and they'll put it in there if they're truly interested. So really all this is doing is taking you to the form that's going to have the information that you are going to collect from the people that actually opt into your page, and that's why they call it a capture page, because you're capturing this information. So that's really your first step. You want to choose whichever one you like, and you see here I have all 3, and there's sometimes you will get the phone number and sometimes you won't. So name and email really are definitely the most important. Okay. So now here we're at step 2, and this is where you're going to choose your campaign. So you can actually add as many campaigns as you want, and they can all focus on something different if you like. So if you're talking to people about the service, and that's what you want to focus on. Say you're working with college kids and you have a whole campaign around dealing with the college student, you would want to talk about maybe the the service. You have $49 unlimited nationwide service. Your campaign is going to be geared toward that. It may not necessarily be geared toward the opportunity. You could have another campaign, which is purely the opportunity campaign, and as you can see underneath there's 2 other campaigns that I have set. So now what you can do is you can click on that other one if it's congruent to what your capture page is. So that really gives us a great ability to be able to offer as many different campaigns as we wish, and you can target them to different people. If you're dealing with, maybe you want to do work at home moms, or maybe you want to do retired persons, you have the ability to be able to do a campaign targeted to those specific people. So you're going to want to choose the campaign under there that is going to work with the capture page you plan on building.
Let me just jump back a second, because I know you know what a campaign is, but I'm thinking, and I'm getting a couple of texts, what is a campaign? What does that mean when you're choosing
a campaign?
The message
is a
campaign?
Series of email messages that we have in the Pro system that is actually going to send out a message automatically talking about the business. So now someone has opted in to get more information, and what they're going to get next from you is an email talking about your company, talking about what you're offering, talking about Solavei and the product and the opportunity. So a campaign is really just a series of messages that will help to keep in touch with the prospect as they go through the days and the weeks. You'll continue to be able to market to them via email, which is really what a campaign is.
And so in that campaign, as she said, there's some that are already written for you by Share Solavei, and Solavei has already approved the messages. They've gone through. I know it's all been updated with all the new information of the marketing plan. And so you can go in there and you're not going to have to write those yourself. However, you do have the option to change those, update them, maybe make it a little more personal. You can even write your own campaigns. You may want to do a campaign specifically focused on insurance agents. So you may have some specific keywords that insurance agents love to hear. So you might write 3 or 4 email drips to insurance agents, or you can write as many as you want. But that campaign is a great way for you to begin doing some niche marketing. Maybe you have stay-at-home moms and you're going to run a campaign for stay-at-home moms. If you guys didn't hear the webinar or the Google Hangout today, that was one of the things we talked about, is really, really being target specific for the demographic that you're going after. Make sure your message, which is your campaign, make sure the email campaign that's going to be shot out to those people match the reason why they're opting in. And so that's what she said a minute ago. You don't want to have people opting in, hey, learn how to make $1,000 in 90 days or less, and then you're just talking to them about cell service. You want to actually show them the dosh. You want to make sure that you're giving them what they signed up for every time. Okay, so we talked about the opportunity campaign. Now let's jump into step 3, where they actually choose the redirect page of where it's going to go.
Okay, and that actually rings to what you were talking about a minute ago, Stacy. You want that redirect page to go to something that makes sense to your capture page. So this is really important, because if it's left on the default page and you've already had someone opt in, the default page is going to take them right back to the original default capture page, which is going to show people that they need to opt in again. And so you definitely don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that if you've created your own capture page, you really must put a redirect in there. So what you can do is you can actually, in advance of this, go into your capture page and do a test, and it'll bring you to the next page. So what you can do is you can actually copy the URL from that next page, and you can put it right in that box right there, and it'll take the person right through the funnel, starting with video 2, if that's where you choose to send them. But you can actually choose to send them wherever you like. If you have a YouTube video that you prefer, that you want to talk a little bit more about Solavei in your own words, you could send people to your YouTube video. You could send them to your Solavei website. You could really send them anywhere you like. So that's really important to make sure with the do-it-yourself capture pages that you do choose the custom redirect.
Yeah, and one of the things we had last week, we had somebody asking, Stacy, how did you redirect people to your pro website, which is the full marketing website? And it's the same thing. You go right in here, whatever landing page you're using, redirect them wherever you want them to go. You just choose the redirect by copying. Of course, if you go into links, you pull down and you go, oh, I want to send them to that marketing site. Just copy the URL and put it right here in this slot that you see right here. Otherwise, if you've got another location you're wanting to send them, or if you're wanting to create a page from your blog or from your website, you can do that as well. Now, if you're wanting to keep them in your funnel, then you want to make sure you redirect them into, like she's saying, video 2. I think that's important to note there as well. Okay, let's take a look at step number 4.
Okay, this is the video editor, and this is really nice. I love this video editor because it pretty much has everything you can do, and you have so many options to make your pages look different. So everyone's pages can really look different from each other's. You can choose the colors, you're able to choose the font size, you're able to choose the font itself, you're able to center things. Also, there's the ability to add those videos in there, and there's the ability to add images, which if you can see where it's circled in black, that little square icon right there is where you're going to enter your video, your image URL, and that's how you will put that image right into your capture page. Now, if you see above that, there's a box called source. Okay, now that's how you're going to add your embed code from your YouTube video. So if you have a video at YouTube or wherever it may be, you're going to go over to YouTube, and there's a little area there where you can actually grab the embed code. You'll go into the source box and you'll add that video into the source box. So basically you'll just click that and it'll take you to a different version, and you'll enter the embed code, and then you'll click right back over to this editor here. So it may sound a little difficult as I'm saying it and we're not able to show you, but it's actually simple. And it's something that, you know, we could even create a little video on how to do, but it's very easy to do.
I'm going to actually show them real quick. Let's show them real quick. This is real simple. Let you guys take a look. We'll go in here to, let's just say we want to use the Hangout from the other day, yesterday, which is a great Hangout. You just go right in here, and right in YouTube, you can see it says About, Share, Add To. If you click on Share, you're going to see this is giving you what you would use. It's this URL that you would copy and put into like Facebook or whatever. But if you want to embed it, you click on embed right here. And that is the embed code that she's talking about. You would just do a copy of that, and you can do, it depends if you're on your Mac, you're going to do Command C or Control C if you're on a PC. And then you're just going to go back over to your page that is your exciting content page. And you're going to go back in here, and it's going to allow you, it's going to give you the option to put actual coding in. Now, believe it or not, now wow, you're an HTML writer, code writer.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go in and you're just going to paste it wherever you want it. So if you want it below these words here, that's where you would go and paste it. Believe it or not, it'll show up. It's pretty amazing how that code works.
And you know, Stacy, what's really cool about that, and here's a great trick, is you can stay in this editor mode right here, and you can click where you want the video and actually type in video here. So when you click on source, you can immediately find the area where you want to post your video under the source code.
Right.
Because you'll see where you wrote video here. So that's really a good tip to know exactly where you want to put that video.
Well, let's take a look again. This is what it looked like finished for you. Those are the 4 steps. It's really that simple that you go in. And then when people come to your site, again, they read it, they put in the information. When they click submit, they're going to immediately start receiving those autoresponders of whichever campaign you chose. It's going to go to their inbox. And while it goes to their inbox, it's also, when they click submit, going to send them maybe to the next video or wherever you've chosen to send them to. But it's an incredible system that allows you to really customize what you're doing. Lori, is there something else that you feel you need to share tonight on the do-it-yourself landing pages?
You know, there's one little item that I think is really great to have, is that you can get your videos to play on autoplay. So you know how when we log into our default page, the Solavei default pages, the video automatically begins to play? Well, when you embed that video into your source code, it doesn't automatically play. So there's a little string of code that maybe I could give to you, and we could put it in the Empowered Living group on Facebook, or somehow get it out to everyone, maybe via email. And that will allow people to be able to have their videos play automatically. So when someone lands on their page, they don't need to click that play button. The video will just automatically start playing. And that's a great feature to have. It's very easy to add to that embed code, and then you have it starting as soon as someone lands on your page.
Why don't you go ahead and post that on the Empowered Living group? And that way, for those of you who want to visit that, that is at facebook.com/groups/Empowered Living Network. And then we've also got a page. You can post it there as well, Lori, at facebook.com/Empowered Living Biz. So either one of those, we'll have it up on those sites. And really, really appreciate that. I do know today I spoke with the developers of Share Solavei. I believe they're going to start for the primary landing page. They're going to start allowing the default to be the autoplay. And so that people don't have to figure that out. And then they'll default to turn it off if they're going to assume you want people to hear your video. And so that was a change that is taking place, I believe, this week. So, but anyhow, that's fantastic. And that's going to be great information. Lori, you're a delight. Great, great content. Let's just jump in real quick for those of you who are listening tonight and you're wondering how to get started with Solavei. Hopefully, you're going to see there are so many tools that Solavei offers that are not normal. Solavei is so viral, social. It's exciting. It's fun. People are doing it out of the comfort of their own home. I'm sitting here in my cozy socks. It's raining around me, and I'm loving the fact that I get to do a crazy big organization, tens of thousands of people in the comfort of my home, being with my kids, looking them in the eyes when I do these things, and know, wow, this is a good life. And we want you to get started with Solavei as well. And the first thing we encourage you to do is get in and become a Solavei member. Just contact the person that sent you to this webinar and ask them what their username is. Then you're going to go to solavei.com / whatever that username is. And then the second thing, we want to encourage you to get social. When you go to empoweredliving.biz, you're going to see all 3 of these steps come with tutorials to help you know how to get kind of the foundations of what Solavei is and how you can get started. Getting social means that you're going to start sharing with your friends with the goal is get a trio in your first week. We really encourage that because not only does it give you a confidence booster, but it really starts the momentum of what could be something pretty spectacular going forward. And then number three, get free. Whether freedom for you means free cell service or whether it means being able to walk away from that third job so you can spend more time with the kids, or maybe it means that you get to spend time being at home with the kids as a stay-at-home mom. Whatever it is for you, we want you to get free. And you do that starting off, number one is get rid of that cell phone bill. Get 3 trios or 9 people to convert over to Solavei. There's no big activation fee. There's no sign up kit of $900. It's just basically save money on mobile service and $49 a month, unlimited voice, text, and data. And we are going to show you the ropes and how to go from getting in, getting social, and getting free. Well, we want to thank you all for being a part tonight of the Empowered Living Network. And we are just grateful. As you can see, these are just a few of the thousands and thousands and thousands and over 100,000 people that are a part of the Empowered Living Network. And we're very thankful to you for being a part tonight. Lori, we're grateful for you and your wisdom, Miss Diva, Internet Marketing Diva you. And we look forward to having you back again in the future.
Thanks so much, Stacy.
Thank you. Well, remember, everyone, now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one to start the revolution. My name is Stacy Wallace, and on behalf of all of our leaders across Solavei, we want you to know that we are believing the best for you. Good night, everyone.